Shakur Stevenson versus Josh Padley, late replacement Josh Padley. Let's talk about it sitting. How did it go? Well, Shakur stopped him in the ninth, and because he didn't stop him in the first 10 seconds, the whole of America and all of his detractors, Shakur Stevens has got a lot of detractors. And it's because of his base style. It's because of his pugilist specialist dodge raindrops style. People don't like it. So now he's got haters. And because he didn't knock out Josh Padley straight away, and it took him to the ninth, people were going on like they're bored in there. They were like fifth, sixth round. I can see Twitter going crazy. Tank tweeted LOL. Everybody went mad over it. Tank tweeted LOL. Tank tweeted LOL. So the hell what? You guys going on like you know Josh Padley to be a journeyman. You lot are going on like Josh Padley's got 15 wins and 15 losses. The guy's unbeaten, man. Let's give him some credit. He knows how to box. At the very least, he knows what he's doing in the ring. Not every great fighter gets found by a promoter. Not every great fighter gets found by a top promoter. Josh Padley had 2-3 days to prepare, and he went in there and took Shakur to the ninth. So obviously he knows what he's doing. This is ridiculous. How do you make a name for yourself if you don't get the fight to do so? Nobody knew of Isaac Cruz before he fought Tank. He took Tank to 12 rounds, and everyone's going on like Isaac Cruz is the greatest fighter on earth because he didn't get knocked out by a Tank. But Padley gets knocked out in the ninth, and everyone's going on like you should have knocked him out 10 seconds in because we don't know his name. No one knew Isaac Cruz. But look at that. Double standards is ridiculous out here. He didn't rush at Shakur Stevenson with a pressure style that would have made Shakur Stevenson look great. He fought how Shakur fought, in that dodge raindrops, economical, I won't throw unless I'm definitely going to punch you type fight. So of course it's not going to look great. If the guy don't come out to play, if the guy don't come out to rush Shakur, it's going to look a bit different. You're going to have to look for what's going on. You're going to have more insight than just seeing somebody getting knocked out and be like, yeah, he got knocked out. You've got to see what Shakur's doing to try and break down the fighter. It was a southpaw versus an orthodox. That is a spoiler in itself. Then it was two guys that were being economical with the output. That again gives it another negative for the casuals. But if you look and see how Shakur Stevenson was putting himself in danger to try and dissect this guy and take him out of there, the guy was timing Shakur. Josh Padley was timing Shakur coming in and catching him coming in. And for me, I really think Shakur hurt his hand in there somewhere. Somewhere around 3-4, I think he hurt his left hand again. Because if you watch in the fight later on down in the like 6s and 7s and 8s and that, every time he throws that backhand, he's wincing. Every time he goes to throw that left hand, he doesn't want to throw it. He was throwing mostly jabs. After one point, he was hardly throwing that backhand. And if he did, he was throwing it as some sort of guide, like it's supposed to be the jab hand. If he could switch hit and turn orthodox, then that might help him. But right now, I just think his hands are too brittle. It might be a situation where he might just have to retire out this boxing game. Or he's just going to take everybody to 12 rounds for the rest of his career. Because he can't knock people out with his hands being so brittle. I haven't seen any reports or heard anything about him damaging his hand in there, but it's what I could see. The way he was moving after about 3, maybe 4 rounds, he was not very willing to throw that backhand, which is his left hand, the power hand. But he done his job, and he went to the body early, and he constantly went to the body till in the 9th round it broke Josh Padley down, and he ended up stopping him. So he keeps his WBC title. But the fans are going to be loving the fact that after the fight, in an IFL interview the next day, Josh Padley was asked,
Andrew says Shakur's power. Someone's been in there, like I said, you've done those rounds for him now. Andrew says his power.
The shots weren't like hurting and like where someone actually digs one in and bruises your ribs. They were just taking the wind out every time. And then like the headshots and stuff, they weren't ever dazing me and stuff like that. It was just literally like I was getting winded every single time. But again, his punch accuracy is perfect. He was finding the shots, and even in times when I thought I'd have been able to counter his jab and stuff, he was just out of range, and then he were back in range and stuff like that. So yeah, world class fighter, isn't he?
On that last knockdown, you seemed really frustrated. You banged your hands to the canvas. What was going on in your head at that point?
It was because the shots, like I say, the shots weren't. After about 5 seconds, I were all right again. I could get the air back in, but every time it hit me in my stomach, or whatever, it was just taking everything I had in me out. So I was frustrated that the fact that why is this putting me down? Obviously, I don't want to go down. That's the first time I've ever been down in all my amateur and pro career. Like 31 amateur and 15 pro, I've never been on canvas. Even in all my spars and everything, never ever been on canvas. So it were a tough pill to swallow. And like I say, I was frustrated that I was down there on body shots that I felt like that shouldn't have put me down. Do you know what I mean? Because there were no pain afterwards. It was just the instant when he was punching me and knocking wind out of me.
That is all that the Shakur Stevenson detractors need to hear. That's all. Just go and listen to this video and they can run with it till the cows come home and say Shakur's weak, Shakur can't punch, Shakur has got pillow fists and Tank will knock him out, all the rest of the stuff that they say about Shakur Stevenson. They will bypass the fact that this guy said he's never been knocked down before in sparring or in bouts. They'll bypass that and just go on the fact that he said, I recovered 5 seconds after. All of that type of stuff. I weren't hurt. The headshots didn't hurt. All of that type of stuff. For me, I don't really care about all of that. I think Shakur Stevenson is a great fighter. I rate him very highly. I just think that his hands have broken too early in his career. When Floyd started to have brittle hands, it wasn't this early in his career. He was gone past De La Hoya and that side of his career when he turned into the money man. That's why when he turned into the money man, he started going 12 rounds. As much as it entertained, because obviously it left more time for him to maybe get knocked out, which is what all the haters wanted to see. He also didn't really want to push the action and put too much pressure on the opponents to damage his hands even more so that he could elongate his career as much as possible. I think Shakur has damaged his hands way too early in his career. But we'll see what's going on going forward. As for now, well done to Shakur Stevenson for retaining your WBC title in the lightweight division, and well done Josh Padley for putting yourself in a great position going forward where Turki Al-Sheikh will give you more bouts. In interviews after the fight, Josh Padley said that where he is an electrician by trade, works on building sites, he now can put that down and be a full-time athlete because of the payment that he got from this fight against Shakur Stevenson. So well done again, Turki Al-Sheikh. You're changing lives out there. Brilliant stuff. Well done to both combatants, and I'll see you guys in the next video.